Let's start with Malaysia and the surprise election there. I'm guessing there is a Malaysia ETF.
Yeah, you would guess right. There's only one, though, which is a little surprising, but it's a small country, relatively speaking. And here's what's interesting about this one. It was a shocker election, and obviously the market doesn't like uncertainty, and it sold off pretty quickly. But we saw a lot of flows go into this thing in April, meaning people kind of bet the wrong way. And single country ETFs are used to sort of play elections. And so in this case, they bet wrong. Sometimes that happens. Mostly they bet right. But they bet wrong here. The other interesting thing is that after the election, they have this holiday. So the market's closed all the way until Monday. So right now, the ETF is sort of the price discovery vehicle, and it's trading about 7% below its NAV, which is stale. So even though it looks like it's trading at a discount, the ETF's sort of telling you where the stocks are going. So right now, like we saw with Greek back in the day in Egypt, you have a hot ETF that people are using to trade a market that's not open. And this is a case where that's the case.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens when that market does open back up. Not an election, of course, but we've got now this meeting on the calendar between Kim Jong-un and President Trump, June 12th in Singapore. So what ETF should we be watching for that?
EWY, it's the South Korea ETF, and the meeting is about a month out, right? This ETF is pretty calm right now, but this is just a good one to watch. There is going to be a lot of media noise, right, on both sides on what to think. Watch this ETF for how the money thinks this is going to play out, because South Korea obviously would be one of the biggest beneficiaries if this meeting turns out some good results. So right now, this ETF is the most liquid one, so traders will use it. But keep in mind, Franklin Templeton actually has a South Korea ETF that's only 9 basis points, and I was shocked to see it's now the second biggest. So if long-term investors could look to that one if they're looking for the cheap option.